Greetings, I'm Barrett and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Today we're going to be doing a special unboxing of Aliens, Another Glorious Day in the Core by Gale Force 9. This is a cooperative survival game that I have had my eye on for a long time. For those of you that don't know, I am a huge Aliens fan. It's my favorite sci-fi genre setting. I can't get enough of it. I have every game that's ever been made that has to do with an Aliens type theme to it. And I'm really excited to see how Gale Force 9 has put together, hopefully, a great recreation of the Aliens game. Since leading edge games back in the 80s, there hasn't been anything that I've ever thought compares to what the movie was actually like. So hopefully we can dig into this box, see what's in it, and then we'll be able to get a playthrough of it done before we can actually decide whether or not this is a fantastic game. I have super high expectations and I'm super excited to do this. Now, this is a review copy sent to me by Gale Force 9. Being a member of the One Stop Co-op Shop, I was given the opportunity to go ahead and do a playthrough for not only their channel but also Meet Me at the Table as well. So I'm excited to get this open, see what's in it, and then get to the playthrough. So if you're excited to see what is inside Aliens, Another Glorious Day in the Core by Gale Force 9, then I need you to meet me at the table. So let's go ahead and see what's inside this awesome box with a big, huge, giant pulse rifle on the cover. Oh, this is going to be glorious as it is. A glorious day in the core. All right, the first thing we have here is we have the rule book. So we're going to go ahead and set this aside. I'll have to read through this, and then we'll get to playing the game. The next thing we have is, it looks like our mission cards. Let's go ahead and quickly look through these mission cards. Now, this game can be either played as a campaign or some standalone things. So the first three are going to be our campaign. Now, there is only a three-part campaign. Of course, I've heard you can branch off from that a little bit if you wish to. So you have your Looking for Newt. Now, those that have not seen the movie Aliens, stop this film right now and go watch Aliens. It's one of the best movies of all time. But we're just going to continue on for those that have seen the movie. Like I said, if you haven't, go watch it. All right, we got mission 1. This is going to be your search for Newt. Then it looks like we're going to be escaping. I'm going to guess this is probably the reactor room of some kind is my guess. And then we have survive, which is probably going to be the operations air ducts type scenario where they're trying to get out of the operations area and get to the ship. Now, we also have a rescue mission. This one, from what I understand, is one you can branch away from, and you can go ahead and try to rescue some of the people that have been grabbed during other missions. We have a resupply mission, and then we have bug hunts. Now, these bug hunts, there's lots of different bug hunts. These are standalone scenarios. These are not part of the campaign. So it's cool that you can either play it as a campaign using these ones, or you could go ahead and just do a standalone mission if you wanted, just to experience the game Aliens. That's Another Glorious Day in the Core. This is going to be awesome. All right, I'm going to put these aside. Next, it looks like it has an assembly guide. So we'll be assembling some miniatures. Now, if you look at this, it doesn't seem too tough. These, at the most, look like two-piece models, which isn't too bad. I've been assembling models for a long time, so I'm not too worried about that. But those that are not new or are actually new at assembling models, this could be something different for you. But like I said, it's not too bad. It looks like the Aliens have at the most 2 different pieces you're going to be attaching, and it looks like the Marines at the most have about 2 as well. So again, not too worried about assembling these miniatures. Now, these are going to be all the different game boards that you saw inside the game maps that we just looked at. So let's go ahead and see. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 different game boards, and they're going to be attached in different ways to create the area we're going to be playing in. So we're going to go ahead and put these aside. It looks like we have all the different tokens for us. We have some face hugger tokens. We have the alien tokens. Now, the way this game works is aliens are going to spawn on the board, but they can spawn in multiple packs of aliens. So you're going to be using these tokens to represent how many aliens there are, and then one standing on top to represent that that's the horde of aliens coming at you. So those are the different aliens you can have. It also looks like we have some barricade tokens down here. Here's Newt. I'm going to guess we're going to have to try to rescue her. These are the sentry guns. In the movie, they actually had a couple sentry guns they used. And then it looks like we have some spawn point tokens down here, some crate tokens, and these right here are our tunnel tokens. So those are all the different tokens on our token board. Then we have right here our ammo counters. It's a really interesting way of doing this. These are our ammo dials. Sorry, not ammo counters. These are ammo dials, or aim dials. you're going to be putting these on here, and that's going to show what you need to roll or less to destroy an alien. Now, of course, the aliens are one shot, one kill. You can shoot them, they die, which is really a neat system. It's the same as the Leading Edge Games version of it, which is the way it should be done. You shoot them, they die, that's fantastic. You don't have to worry about hit points. But of course, the more shots you take, the less accurate you are, and the harder it is going to be able to actually hit the aliens. So we have these little aim dials that are going to represent that mechanic, and that's going to be pretty cool. Now, of course, we also have, it looks like this is our sentry gun down here. Look how much ammo this thing has. This thing's out of control. This thing's got lots of ammo, and it's hopefully going to take out a ton of aliens. All right, those are our aim dials and our sentry tokens. Oh, then it looks like we've got all of our characters here as well. Okay, let's see who is going to be part of our group. We have Dwayne Hicks. We've got William Hudson. We've got, of course, Ellen Ripley. Oh, this is awesome. We have Janet Vasquez. We've got, who's this? We've got Rico Frost. And then we've got Lieutenant Gorman, of course. So those, it looks like, could be all the different characters we can be. Now, the interesting thing about this is you have to control all the characters. That doesn't mean you're going to have to really have full control of them. What they do in this game is you can either use them as a, like, super special important character, or you can flip them over and you just use their grunt side and they just have some base stats and you don't have any special powers or anything. But if you use them as their actual commander character card, then you're going to have to deal with all the different special effects and special weapon items and all the different things that go along with it. Or you can play them as grunts. So you're going to choose a couple, and the rest are also going to go around with you as grunts. So it's a really cool system as how they do it. Now, of course, we also have some computer tokens down here. We also have mission blip tokens. This is going to be how you determine how many aliens are spawning on the board, is based on these blips that are going to come out. I am really pumped for the characters in this game. And again, I am so excited that Gale Force 9 has the actual marketing to be able to use the actual footage from the film. I'm really excited for that. So these are the actual people that are in the movie and the actual pictures on there. Oh, that's so cool. Now again, we've got Ripley, we've got Hicks, and we've got Hudson. Oh, this is so good. I'm so excited for this. All right, so there's a picture of Hudson. There's Hicks, of course, and then we have Ripley. And all of these have their own different stats, their speed, defense, and melee attack. We also have their tech and aim counter, where it's going to be starting at. So this is pretty cool. And of course, all of them have their special powers, and we'll go through those when we actually do our playthrough. Let's continue on and see what else is inside this box. Now, we do have a turn dial right here. This, I believe, is going to be our activation token. So we're going to have that as well. It looks like we have Newt. We have to have Newt. She's, of course, one of the main characters from the movie. I don't know why you'd ever use her other than a grunt. Because she can't use any weapons, obviously. Maybe she can. Maybe in this game she can. But in the movie, she obviously does not. There, of course, are some exit tokens. And then what are these? Discard, endurance, this must be like a play, like where you put your cards for when you're playing the game. And it does look like it comes with a quick reference guide right down here, I'm guessing. Another glorious day in the core. Reshuffle. Okay, nope, this is just a reshuffle card. All right, that's awesome. Let's go ahead and put these aside and see here. We got all of our miniatures. And they're right here, and I will be having to assemble them, and I'm going to do my best to try to paint them. Now, I might want to get this playthrough out as fast as possible, so I might not actually get a chance to paint up the Marines, and I'm actually not going to even have to paint the aliens, because they're black, and what do you know, in the movie they're black. So they're all set to go. I will have to punch them off their sprues, and I'm going to have to go ahead and glue and attach them all together. Now, for those that have not done any type of miniatures like this, I do recommend looking for a good video on how to assemble miniatures, because it would really be bad if you try to pull these things out and they break and snap. So it'd be cool to kind of go ahead and watch a video on a quick way of how to assemble different miniatures off of a sprue. Of course, Games Workshop has been doing this forever for anybody who has played that or seen any videos of that kind, which is where I learned how to assemble miniatures. I recommend getting like a little clippers and some plastic glue and things like that. So these are our characters, and of course we also have our aliens. I'm going to go ahead and put those aside. Digging into the box some more, here are the little nubs that are going to be used to put the dials together. We have all those, I'm sure, right in here. You're just going to put those through the things, and you're going to have your little dials ready to go. Let's put these back in the bag and see what else we have here. Looks like we have some sets of cards. We're going to go through all these cards, and of course we have our dice. These are going to be used to see if you hit anything. I'm not sure what your six-sider is going to be used for. We'll see how that plays in the game. And then we have, again, more cards at the bottom of this. So let's go ahead and look at all these different packs of cards. This first small deck is just the quick reference cards for this game that are going to tell you all the different steps in how to play the game. It looks like there's 7 steps per Marine phase. And then, of course, there's 3 steps for the Alien phase and 3 steps for the Finish phase. And, of course, we will go through absolutely every part of this when we do our playthrough. I'm super excited to get this to the table. So we're going to put those aside. The next set of cards are our motion tracker cards, and there's a whole ton of these. I think about 42 of them. Now, the way this works is you're going to these are going to be out on the board just like this. And you do kind of get a sense for how bad the card is that's coming because, of course, you have your motion tracker. For those that have not seen the movie, the motion tracker is awesome. It's almost its own character. It really adds a lot of suspense to the movie, and it's really cool. So as you can tell, this has a lot of blips. So most likely this is a more dangerous card than something like this, who has even less blips, to even this one that has the fewest amount of blips. So at least you'll kind of have an idea of what kind of threats may be coming towards your characters based on what the card looks like on this side. Now, of course, if we flip some of these cards over, let's look at one of these because it looks really bad. We're going to see up here one symbol. There's 4 different symbols, and it has to do with the different motion tracker type of card. This one, for example, is a tunnel card. So we're going to be placing tunnels on the board. There's also hidden threats, active threat cards, and drone cards as well, depending on what the symbol is. Now, of course, I believe this is going to be where the spawn point for the blips are going to be. How many blips you're going to spawn, I believe, is this right here. And then, of course, it has its own flavor text and rules going along with this card. And, of course, they're in the ceiling. Oh, that's one of the best parts. They come flying out of the ceiling. It's pretty awesome. Go watch the movie. But maybe we'll go ahead and look at one of these other ones down here at the bottom that aren't too bad. So again, now look, this one's a little bit less. First, it has this symbol up here, which is a drone card. And these cards have varied effects based on kind of what the powers are down here. It's only going to spawn 1 blip on number 1. So see how that's a little bit easier than the other one. There's 2 blips at a different place, and I can place another blip at spawn point 2 or place another blip at spawn point 1 based on these icons over here when they come into play. All right, so these are our different types of motion tracker cards. Let's get to the next deck. The next deck of cards are our 60 endurance cards. Now, this deck is really unique, and it has a lot of functions that are going to be taking place in the game. This is kind of it's one of the ways you can lose is not be able to draw from this deck. So it's kind of like a life force. It's also, I believe, kind of like a timer. And of course, it has all the different actions and stuff you could do on your turn inside this deck. So it does so many different things. Now, before I show you any of these cards, I do want to mention that this movie is rated R, and there is a chance there could be some harsh language on these cards. I don't know. I haven't looked through them. So just be aware of that before we start going. And if there is, I'll probably just pass over those cards, but I just want you to be aware that there might be some on these cards. Now, I don't know if there are. Gale Force 9 might have done a fantastic job of not adding any of that in, but the movie itself is R, and there is some harsh language, and there is also some violence. So let's see if we can go through a couple of these. So we got some of our weapons. Here's our pulse rifle. That's a very standard issue gun. Looks like there's a lot of pulse rifles. We've got some grenades. We've got Hicks's shotgun. He was the only one that brought a shotgun. He keeps it handy for close encounters. Oh, here's the smart guns. There's 2 of them. One for Drake and one for Vasquez. But of course, we didn't get Drake in the game. But we do have Vasquez. But it doesn't mean you probably can't equip 2 different smart guns, of course. They are on the APC. We have the pistols, which I wouldn't recommend using at all. And then we have flamethrowers. These work pretty well, but of course you can't shoot through anybody. And you don't want to be grabbed and holding this. You might flame your friend. That's no good. We also have an arc welder, Hadley's Hope map. So these are going to start coming into, well, this is still equipment, but the first ones are all weapons, which are pretty cool. So here's our equipments. We have Hadley's Hope map. We've got some body armor. We've got shoulder lamps. We've got flames, which would be like flares. Oh, sorry, flare, not flame. That's probably why it's called flare. We also have helmets, which are probably pretty good. Here's our motion tracker. Like I said, this thing's pretty awesome movie. Let's see what else we got. We got bypass. Okay, so these are going to be probably a lot of our equipment. Bypass. We have medical scanners. Here's our events. These are some of the stuff that's going to happen to us. We have like look sharp. Now again, you're going to be able to probably play this, and you're going to be able to do what's on the card at some point. Do something, Gorman. That's pretty awesome. That's exactly what he yells when it's in this exact moment in the movie, which is pretty fantastic. It's reading My Man Look. Okay, that's pretty awesome. Oh my gosh, they have quotes from the movie. Building a better world. Let's see what else we got. I feel safer already. Oh, that's when Gorman comes in. Don't go to sleep and don't dream. That's what she tells Newt, because Newt's had some pretty bad dreams. We got knives. We've got sharp sticks. So that's what they're having. They talk when they come down on the drop ship. Do it fast. That's exactly what she says right there too. Oh, it's so good. Oh, whatever you do it fast. She says that as she's welding a door and thing. Keep moving, baby. This is when they're looking for Newt. She's the only blip, and they're making sure it keeps moving. Here's the last stand. We have, okay, now what do I do? Oh, this is when Hicks teaches her how to use a pulse rifle. That's pretty awesome. Let's see. I'm reminiscing the movie as I'm going through these cards. This is so good. Just deal with it. We've got resolve. We've got, what else we got? Stop your grinning, drop your linen, and stop your grinning and drop your linen. Found them. This is when they find the colonists. That's pretty awesome. Ever been mistaken for a man? No, have you? Oh, that's pretty awesome. Now, of course, all these events are going to be able to trigger things on these cards, and I believe you're going to be doing what you want based on the type of card you're going to go corresponding with this. So I get to draw 2 cards, then exhaust 2 cards. I could do that if I decide to use my weapon to use this event from what I'm guessing. Let's see here. We're in the pipe, 5 by 5. You're always worth, see, like I said, there might be some language in this. Did IQs just drop sharply? Squad of ultimate Marines here. Oh, this is pretty awesome. Now, of course, this costs 2, so we have to pay for this somehow. I'm going to guess with cards because it's Endurance Dex is that kind of thing. Somebody wake up Hicks. Burke's Treachery. Yeah, sorry, he wasn't a very good guy. Oh, these are hazards. Hazards, of course, are going to be in your deck. You don't want to draw these at all. That's going to be really bad. Game over, man. Let's see here. Blinding Rage. That's pretty cool. And Losing Hope. So these are all the different endurance cards that we're going to see inside the game as we play. I'm super excited to get to this game and to see how some of this game plays out. I'm excited to use these cards. I'm excited to get a hold of a pulse rifle and start shooting some aliens. Oh, it's going to be great. Now, one final thing I want to talk about before we end this unboxing is the rule book itself does have pictures from the movie as well, so it really is a nicely laid out rule book. I'm excited. I normally don't show off the rule book, but I'm just so excited because it actually has pictures. I know there's some glare on there and I apologize, but this is absolutely awesome. I love how they have the actual pictures from the movies, and they have even some neat diagrams and pictures of how this all works, so you're not just reading and hoping you understand. You also have visual aids as well teaching you how to play the game. This is going to be really cool. And there you have it. That is the unboxing of Aliens, Another Glorious Day in the Core by Gale Force 9. Now, this is the base box. There are 2 expansions that you can also get. One that adds more Marines, and the other one will add the Queen Alien and also the Power Loader from Ripley. And they also come, I believe, with other scenarios. I think the one with the Power Loader and the Queen Alien comes with some scenarios. The other one, I believe, is just able to add more Marines that you can choose from to go into the game. Now, of course, we are probably going to play through the 3-part campaign, or we might just play a bug hunt to demonstrate how this game works. I'm super excited, if you haven't noticed, to get to this game. I'm really excited to do this. Again, thanks to the One Stop Co-op Shop for giving me the opportunity to unbox this and be able to do a playthrough for you all. If you did enjoy the unboxing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell symbol so you know when the playthrough for Aliens Another Glorious Day in the Core comes out, which will hopefully be very, very soon. I'm going to quickly read through those rules, and it won't take me long to assemble those miniatures at all, and I'm going to be getting this to the table faster than any other game I think I've ever gotten to the table. Like I said, they might not be painted because this game is something I've been waiting for a long time. Also, please feel free to leave anything in the comments below. I would love to hear from everyone. Are you excited for Aliens Another Glorious Day in the Core? Are you a big Aliens fan? Or does this kind of game not really get to you, and are you not a big fan of the actual genre of the Aliens franchise? I am absolutely enthralled by it, so there you go. Again, thank you so much for watching, and if you're excited to see this playthrough, then I need you to meet me at the table.